Home is a mix between vinyl windows and wood frame windows. This room has all vinyl, and as you go to other rooms, like the eat-in kitchen, they're wood frame. Some work, some do not. Not a biggie. Fresh paint. Like they did some patchwork before they replaced the roof, because it's a new roof, new HVAC, 30-year shingles for the roof. Floors are in good condition. Wood frame windows here. Cabinets in good condition. Floors in good condition. Like this portion was added after the home was built. As you can see, it was probably some significant water intrusion here. Not sure what happened, looked like they fixed it. But this hot water heater is definitely the end of life. And not sure how these hoses are ran. Some that would have to get addressed during an inspection to make sure everything's up to code. No garage door opener for this section. Questionable is if that one even works, because the device here is kind of hanging down. The ceiling here is all plywood that was added after the fact. Not sure if they used that to reinforce the ceiling because they were hanging things from it. But obviously this is the access to the attic. As you can see here, like it's when they were building the wall, and there's different heights. So this was likely added after the home was built later on. All right, walking back through the family room. Again, this was the dining room off to the right when you enter into the property. And that was a half bath that leads right into the kitchen. Family room to the left. As you ascend the stairs, primary suite to your left, full bath at the top of the stairs, linen closet, guest room number 1, guest room number 2, and we'll start off with it. Everything is fully painted. Vinyl windows. This home has several signs of overdue maintenance at some point. And when they listed the home, like they tried their best to paint or do some small do-it-yourself type repairs, in my opinion. Nothing bad, just all cosmetic. Floors are in good condition. Here's another indicator where you can see they had to replace the roof due to the moisture intrusion. Now, this particular room is wood frame windows. Indicated there. Problem with the roof before they replaced it here as well. If you'll see, this is the exhaust to your hot water heater bin, and it's gas. Like this is the original pipe here. Doesn't look like it's affixed correctly. It's kind of leaning to the side and all that. And if you hear that sound, it sounds like a spring inside of this wood frame window that's blowing when the wind blows. So these things will definitely have to get replaced at some point. Will result in the high electric bills. Wood frame window missing the, well, it has the locking device, but it doesn't seat properly, so you can actually lock it. Again, these are not big things, but some of you calculate into the thought process when making a decision on the type of offer you would like to make. Tub shower combination. As you can see again, drywall tape, all cosmetic. This was all due to high moisture. This kind of goes all the way around in this room. And I can see why, because it does not have an exhaust fan in here. No exhaust fan. A wood frame window. Definitely need to have an exhaust fan. No GFCI, which should be by a sink. Just a few things that are not up to code right now. New toilet. On the overdue maintenance. And they caught it at the end. Things that you can do yourself are fairly inexpensive. Going into the primary. Pretty nice size primary. Look like it's about 11 feet wide, about 20 feet in length. But again, what's consistent. So all this moisture that was in the home. Really high humidity. And this is all popcorn ceiling at some point. Probably do something to that. This particular room has vinyl windows. Walk-in closet. Vinyl window. And this missing the shelving side of here. Well, this side of the room is actually a wood frame window, so they got the forward facing windows vinyl. However, everything to the side is wood frame. These are entering to the primary bathroom. You have grout that's coming up here. Decorative walk-in shower with decorative tiles. Have to redo the grouting on it. I'm sure it's leaking up under that stone. When you shower, moisture gets up under it, then it creates a problem for your ceiling on the first floor. And again, it's an exhaust fan, but it looks like it's may have not been operating properly. They tried to replace it or do something to it at some point. Then mount it back. Same thing here. The ceilings, you see all the water damage at some point. Poor ventilation. All can be remedied by a larger exhaust fan, which is fairly easy to install. Multi-plug, however, it's not a GFCI. Gotta get dinged. GFCI being the plugs that automatically shut off when they get wet. And that should be by all your faucets, to including your laundry room by your washing machine. here. So again, this is the primary walk-in closet, vinyl window. It's facing the road, however, wood frame window for the side. Center stairs, full bed, no exhaust fan. Cosmetic issues with the ceiling is consistent throughout the house due to high moisture, in some cases moisture intrusion. Tub shower combinations. This is ceramic tile, wood frame window. Linen closet, floors in good condition. Guest room number 1, looks like a 10 by 12. Discuss the wood frame windows in this room. Also, again, high humidity resulting into cosmetic damage to the ceiling. Same thing here, everything's fully painted. Floors in the walls and baseboards, the ceilings were not painted. As a result, you can see all these things like this. This particular room, being that it faces forward, look like they put a vinyl window in it. Guess they did that for appearance. Vinyl windows forward, and everything else is wood frame for the most part. Stairs are in good condition. All right, large deck. And this is composite type material that they use. So it's all-weather type material, which is good. That you don't have any gutters back here, meaning that the rain runs from the roof right there by your foundation and drops right here on the deck. Multiple areas. This was wood siding, like they put it. Not in bad condition. This is something you have to stay on over time. Looks overall decent. This was the garage. I shared with you, look like this whole portion here, the attachment and the garage were added after the fact, in my opinion. And as you can see, the exhaust for the hot water heater, they replaced the shingles but didn't replace the booting around the hot water heater. Should have just replaced that whole exhaust stack there. They added a window unit to the garage. Doesn't look like it works, pretty old. As you go around the basketball court, big yard. Then you have multiple storage sheds. 2 are locked. This one and the one to the far left. This one is open like it has lawn equipment, or where he stored lawn equipment. The owner, like it was a soldier. So this is a pretty big storage room. There's a cement ramp, comes up. They spent a pretty penny on this shed. Still has some items in here that has to be cleared. Again, looked like it was a soldier that stayed here. Not sure if these wall lockers stay. I'm sure they will. Have to ask for it. So that's that. So again, large backyard, vinyl fencing for a portion of it, and somehow on the other side it has some wood fencing. This is a completely new HVAC, which is a good thing. And this is a big gas pack. Can't beat that. All new. So new roof, new HVAC, old hot water heater at the end of life, or beyond the end of life. All the vinyl fence seems to be in good condition, and it goes around to a chain link fence. Looks like that chain link here is the neighbors. The rear part appears to be the neighbors. You got this huge bush, like 13 feet high. Then it goes into a wood frame type fencing. Which covers the chain link fence, which is the neighbors. So it looked like the neighbors had this chain link fence, and they added a portion of wood framing just so they don't have to see in the back of the neighbor's yard. It appears that chain link fence runs all the way down. So it appears to be intact. It goes around to your other neighbors. Again, the rear back there is your chain link fence. It wraps back around. You have access to your crawl space under the deck. However, you have this wood type fencing, so I can't get access to it. When you look at the windows where the eating kitchen sit, you can see so there was a lot of overdue maintenance. A lot of stuff filled in here. Windows, wood frame windows are pretty bad condition here at the bottom. As you can see, there's just a whole lot of caulking. Have this canopy. This looks like the access to the crawl space. Go through the floor, but it looks like it sits, you see the crawl space sits below grade. So suggests that it could be a high level of humidity that gets into the home, and that's what likely is a contributing factor to how the home was prior to them replacing the roof. High humidity coming from the top, leaks because of the old roof which they replaced, and humidity coming from the bottom caused It sits below grade, but the flooring is in good condition, so no creaks or anything like that. So it suggests everything is still stable, which is a good thing. Don't see a bunch of moving boards or anything like that. So we're in good condition, in my opinion, with flooring not being damaged due to humidity from what I can observe. All right.